Here's the quarterback doing everything in his power to extend this play, and none of his guys could get open. You got to see someone separate, work with your quarterback, go into scramble second reaction mode, and let's also give some credit to the back end doing a nice job plastering with their assignment, and he had no choice but to throw it away.
3rd and 9.
Brings up 3rd down and 9.
They'll throw. It's Penix. Pressure gets there, and down he goes.
Defense came out in a soft zone, and I think it caught the quarterback a little off guard. He was trying to attack them downfield. By the time he was able to get through his progression to his check down, he ran out of time, and that's all the pass rush needed to get into the backfield and bring him down.
The Falcons getting their punter out there, as he'll come on to kick for the 5th time here tonight. Now, fair catch. He'll take it at about the 24-yard line. The Seahawks offense and Kenneth Walker ready to take over once more. They lead by a touchdown as this drive begins with 1st and 10. The tight end Fant in motion. On play action, he'll set up to throw. It'll be Smith and Jigba bringing it in. And he is out of bounds on the other side of midfield. The rookie from Colorado on target with that throw. His guys have a 1st down.
These wide outside the number throws, this is where a quarterback really gets to show off his arm strength and arm talent. This puts a ton of pressure on the defense because now they say, all right, we have to defend every single blade of grass.
On 1st and 10, they'll set up to throw. Open man, he's got Boyd. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on 1st down. They'll come up now for 2nd down and 4. Now, faking the give. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
So on a day where he's completed, give or take half of his passes, Mike, you have to imagine there's a handful of throws he'd like to have back, and I think that last one falls in that category. But biggest thing, and most fortunately for them, they find themselves with the lead despite a bit of an up-and-down performance out of their quarterback. The initial reaction is, how does this quarterback not throw the ball past the 1st down line to gain to try to extend this drive? And the reality is, because they've already decided they're going to go for it on 4th down.
Trying for the old school coffin corner. That's pretty close out of bounds. They're going to mark it at the 5-yard line. Well done. Here comes the Atlanta offense now. They get set to take over once more. We'll see how they want to attack things here, backed up deep in their own end. It's 1st and 10. Pitts is the man in motion. A give, and here comes Robinson. This one's going nowhere. Going backwards. He'll be down at the 4-yard line.
Well, they try to get the run game started here early on this drive, Mike, and they're just going to have to do a better job up front. There's really nowhere for this ball carrier to go. You never want to lose yards on.
And that pressure too great. He's going to be sacked in the end zone. And that is a safety. So first, the decision to throw down here backed up near your own goal line. And the defense gets to the quarterback, sacking him, Greg, in the end zone for a safety.
Mike, anytime you're willing to call a pass backed up this deep in your side of the field, you have to trust that your quarterback is going to have the clock in his head to get the ball out of his hand. In this case, he holds on to it too long. The defense is able to get to him in the end zone, and it results in the safety.
That's taken at about the 14. Out comes the Seattle offense as they get ready for their next possession. The cushion is 9 as they begin this drive with 1st and 10. On the ground, it's Walker to start the drive. And a good piece of running there. He'll get about 9 yards past the 35-yard line. A good spot here, 2nd and a yard. On on the bootleg. He'll look to throw. Outright Smith and Jigba has it. A gain there of 10 yards. It's good for a Seahawks first down.
It's a gain of 10. First down, Seattle.
They run with Walker. Nice job finding the seam. Gain of about 9. Just a yard short of that first down. Second and a yard. Here comes the blitz as he looks to throw. And they'll whistle him down, but not before he picks up a first down after a gain of 7.
A gain of 7. And the Seahawks first down.
The tight end Fant in motion. And they bring him down inside the 25-yard line.
Pretty much just more of the same from what we saw with this back in the first half. And he doesn't need much. He gets a little bit of space, and then he can create the rest. It's the combination of patience, vision, and then the burst to hit the hole once he sees it. This guy's been a handful all day.
And he'll be taken down.
This is what every offense looks to do, Mike. They want to attack the middle of the field. That's the most valuable real estate in football. And oftentimes, that's where the chunk plays come. Give it to your receiver on the move and let them do the rest.
They've got it at the 8. First down and goal. Off play action. He'll set up to throw. He pulls it in around the 5. He is in. Zach Charbonnet. Touchdown, Seahawks. Now, a 2-point conversion attempt coming. They'll motion over Metcalf. Now they'll set up to throw. And he will go down. Doesn't even get a throw off. The try for 2 is unsuccessful.
I don't mind the play call, but something you have to keep in mind, Mike, is when you decide to pass this close to the goal line, all of the space is the width of the field. There's not a lot of depth to the field. So that's why the timing, the anticipation, the accuracy of the quarterback, it all has to be on point. It wasn't on that last play, and that's why it ultimately failed.
And he is stopped at the 25. The drive will begin there. The Falcons offense ready to see what they can do. They need to start making some inroads here. Down 2 scores as they begin this drive with first down. That's caught right side. It's London. And he's going to get this one out to the 43-yard line.
Whatever they've talked about in the locker room at the halftime break seems to have worked. They've come out with a new established energy. You could see it when they took the field. Now this offense seems to be building on it because with that chunk play, just a little bit of rhythm that they can build off of. They got a long way to go to get back into this game, but so far off to a good start.
On second down, Penix. Left side in the hands of London. And they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line.
Well, it goes without saying. You want to play wide receiver in the NFL, Mike. How well can you change directions? How fast can you get your body from one direction to another? And when you can cut like this guy, I'm not sure how you guard him.
Now a 1st and 10 from the 38-yard line. They run over center with Robinson. And he tries to get back to the line of scrimmage, but will not happen here. I think he's going to lose a yard.
Every team makes an emphasis on winning first down, but as a defense, when you're able to take them back for a loss, second and long, you can really become more of a pass-centric defense and really tips the scales into your favor.
A tough spot here. 3rd and long. Out of the shotgun, it's Penix. And that is incomplete. Drake London was the intended receiver there. And now it's 4th down. Out is Younghoe Koo to try the field goal. This will be from 56 yards away. He is 2 for 2. That kick is good. And the Falcons will cut into that lead.
And when you find yourself down double digits, you don't want to make habit of settling for these field goals. It does allow them to chip away a little bit and cut into this deficit, but they've got to find a way to score touchdowns.
And he'll be taken down right at the 29-yard line. The Seahawks offense and their quarterback set to take the field once more. And he's had it going in the first half. Really had his way with the secondary. They have been powerless to stop him. Now, he'll try to keep it going. Straight ahead, it's Walker. And he'll be stacked up at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. He'll try again here. 2nd and 10. RPO and the quick hit to Smith and Jigba. And he's not going to be able to get away. Good defense on the perimeter. It'll be a loss of yardage. On 3rd down, they'll set up to throw. And that is incomplete.
What did he tell us in our production meeting this week, Mike? He takes such great pride in his coverage abilities, and after that play, it's pretty clear why.
This one fielded out beyond the 25. And no chance to turn upfield. He's forced out of bounds after a very short return. So, 3 quarters have come and gone. Back with more Monday Night Football after this. They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground with Robinson. And he's going to be stopped in his tracks. He'll lose a couple of yards on that one.
Just feels like this has been the story of the day for this offense. Just unable to get anything going on the ground. And a big reason they find themselves trailing and another loss of yards.
Now Penix to throw on 2nd down. That's caught left side by Pitts.
Not every pass has to be thrown downfield. You can rely on the run after catch, especially a big body like this tight end. Get the ball in his hands early and let him pick up the rest after the catch.
On 3rd and 1, here's Penix. And on 3rd down, that ball incomplete.
I'm not sure there's any position on defense that's undergone as much of an evolution as the linebacker position. In the old days, they were the physical tone setters. They were the tacklers. But now, it's their ability to hold up in coverage, like you saw there, that allows you to keep those guys on the field for all 3 downs.
And that is good coverage by the punt team as they meet him and bring him down. The Seahawks offense and their running back getting set for this next possession. And it's hard to believe you can run the ball a whole lot better than he has. The vision, the cutback ability, the acceleration, the stats. It has all been on display throughout. We'll try again. It's 2nd and 10. Now off the bootleg, he'll look to throw here. And the rush gets home. He'll go down. They got him.
Pretty evident that the defense is just giving no time of day to any run actions. They are playing pass all the way, and he can continue to give as many play-action fakes as he wants. It hasn't affected anybody, and in this case, it results in a sack.
This one complete to his tight end Fant. And they were hoping for a little more on that one. Brought down well short of the first. It'll bring up 4th down. The Seahawks sending out their punt team as they try to play the field position game here, protecting a 4th quarter lead. This returnable from inside his own 40. The Falcons offense getting things in order as they trot out for this next possession. The deficit is double digits, so work to do as they begin this drive with 1st and 10. To throw is Penix. Under pressure, and down he goes. They got him.
That's a prototypical coverage sack. All 11 guys on the field doing their job. Starts with sound back-end coverage. Nowhere to go quick with the ball. The quarterback has no chance but to extend the play. Look for something late developing downfield. That was all the time this front needed to chase him down and bring him down for a sack. Defense does a nice job here initially using zone coverage to take away the middle of the field. That's the most valuable real estate in football. Quarterback gets off his first read.
And they will continue to go backwards. He's taken down for a sack.
We're starting to see in these passing situations, Mike, this defensive line is starting to have their way against this group up front because right now, their pass protection is breaking down and his quarterback's paying the price for it.
Trailing late, they've got to go here. It's 4th down. They're going on 4th down. It's Penix. That's taken in. And he'll be out of bounds, but not before he gets inside the 35-yard line. What a play on 4th and long. 37 yards.
Some teams just have a stronger appetite for being willing to go for 4th down tries, even on their side of the field, Mike, and we're seeing it so much more often. The days of just punting the ball back and forth and saying, hey, we're going to play good defense. Remember, the better your defense, that doesn't mean you should punt. The better your defense, the more chances you should take on offense.
Whoa! He's close to a 1st down. It's a gain of 9. Nice pitch and catch on 1st down.
Ineligible receiver downfield. Offense.
You only get a 1-yard buffer from the line of scrimmage for these old linemen. That time he strayed a little too far, and it draws the flag. They're going to go play action with Penix. He's going to take a shot here for Mooney. That is going to be hauled in. He's got it. Darnell Mooney. Touchdown, Falcons. Greg, they are pecking away at this one now. Very big touchdown. Gets them right within reach of pulling this comeback off.
Well, Mike, at the very least, they've given themselves a chance, but can they get a stop and get the ball back again for a chance to go down and really make this one interesting?
Here's Coop for the extra point. The kick is good. And the Falcons have cut the deficit to 5. So, things a little more interesting now. Back to a 1-score game as they kick it away. He fields it at the 8. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. The visitors' offense ready to get back at it. The lead is 5 as they're going to start with this 1st down. The tight end Fant in motion. Here's Walker. And that's the way you want to run it on 1st down. A gain of 7. 2nd down and 3. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. A throw right side, taken in by Boyd. And they'll pick up the 1st down, a gain of about 4.
A 4-yard pickup on the play. 1st down, Seattle.
Back to throw. Oh, they got the turnover they needed. It's intercepted.
You know, Mike, what I think is interesting is we had a chance to sit down with this young player this week leading up to today's game, and It kind of felt to both of us that he had a little bit of a chip on his shoulder. He fell to the second round on draft night. In his mind, he thought he was a first rounder. But I'll tell you what, whatever round he was drafted in, if he keeps making plays like this, there's going to be a lot of teams who are going to be kicking themselves for skipping over him on draft night.
The home team's offense and their quarterback headed out for their next possession. And he has been in control of this offense. Want to run you through some of the action from earlier on. He's got the 2 touchdown passes, over 200 passing yards. He has been excellent all game long. Ball rests at the 37. It's 1st and 10. On the handoff, here's Robinson running right. And he does some good work on the ground here. Going to take it inside the 30 with a run of 8 yards. Here's 2nd and 2.
Brings up 2nd and 2.
From the gun, here is Penix. And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing 3rd down. Third and 2, and Penix. And it looks like he's going to have a 1st down. Nothing fancy there. Short completion, but it yields a fresh set of downs.
Critical 3rd down conversion there, Mike. Now brings up a fresh set of downs. You find yourself here trailing in the 4th quarter. They got to go down and score, and they got to score fast.
And this offensive line just has no answers right now. It's another sack.
This is what you don't want to see out of your quarterback. As that pocket starts to collapse, the good ones, they can keep their eyes downfield and feel the rush. They don't need to see the rush. Here, his eyes go down. He starts moving around the pocket. Nowhere to go with the ball,
and he's going to go down yet again. He has been under fire all game long.
And the big guys up front in the offensive line just continue to not be on the same page. And we've seen it time and time again here today. This pass rush remains one step ahead of them, and it's the quarterback who continues to pay the price.
Time now becoming a factor as we get to 3rd down. From the gun on 3rd down, here's Penix. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
This is one of those situations that plays directly into the hands of the defense because think, Mike, they know this offense has to be one-dimensional. This has to be a pass. So what do? They bring in extra defensive backs. They clog up the back end. And at the end of the day, there's just nowhere for the offense to go with the ball.
The visitors' offense ready to take over possession of the football. This will begin at their own 13-yard line. So work to do starting with this 1st and 10. 3 tight ends in the game to start the drive. On the handoff, this is Walker. Trying to find some place to go, but nothing developing. Tackled behind the line. It's a loss of 1. So, 2 minutes to play here in the 2nd half. Greg and I back for the conclusion in a moment. 2nd and 11. Once again, it's Walker. And he'll get maybe about 4 yards out of that one. Lane closed quickly. And here comes 3rd down. They'll drop to throw. He gets that to his big target, Fant. And now at 1:52, the defense will pull the plug there as they take a timeout. Set to go now on 1st and 10. From the gun, here's the give to Walker. And some space opens as he's brought down following a gain of 6. They'll work now on 2nd and 4. Throw to the right flat. It is caught. And he's going to get this one out to the 43-yard line.
And that first down should all but do it, Mike. With only one remaining timeout, the defense just can't stop the clock enough. Got to imagine it's victory formation, and we're a couple kneels away from this game being over.
So it's a win here for the visiting Seahawks. They're able to get the job done in front of a hostile crowd as they come away with the victory. So that'll just about do it for Greg Olson and our entire team. I'm Mike Tirico. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. With that, we say good night from Atlanta.